You're listening to BFM 89.9, the business station.
Good afternoon, and on Living in Health, joining me, Shazmin Shamsuddin, in the studio is Manoj Kaimal, yoga instructor of Manasa Yoga. Welcome to this show, Manoj.
Thank you.
What exactly is yoga? Is it a relaxation technique? Is it a form of exercise?
It is both and more. Basically, yoga can be understood in two ways. One is following its conventional definition, which says that it's a traditional discipline of India, which improves one's self-awareness and bestows a healthy body and mind to its practitioner. But the essence of yoga cannot be captured by words. It is like trying to understand what is a cool drink of water by talking about it.
You just have to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. When you do it, you understand it. It is really not something like some musty ancient principles in the abstract. You have to do it, and when the precepts and the practice flows together, one gets an inkling of it. So by practice, through experience, definitely you will know what yoga is. It's both relaxation as well as exercise and more.
And more. Okay,
yeah.
So you said practicing yoga. When you say you're a yoga practitioner, what does that mean? Does it mean that you practice yoga on a daily basis, or that you're a teacher of yoga? What does that mean?
Yoga practitioner is quite subjective. Nowadays, people, when they say they are a yoga practitioner, some of them are very good practitioners. Some say they are a practitioner just based on the fact that perhaps they go to a yoga studio once a week and they stretch it out for maybe an hour and they call themselves a yoga practitioner. And they are never mindful of perhaps their diet or breath or what they talk, and so
it's a lifestyle. You're saying.
It's a lifestyle, exactly. To say you're a yoga practitioner, it is a living experience. It's a life practice, and we have people on two spectrums. Like some say they are into yoga practice and they can demonstrate all the exotic positions, which project them as a serious yoga practitioner. And on the other hand, we have the intellectuals who really study the ancient books and but a true yoga practice, a practitioner will devalue both these one-sided approaches. It is not limited to purely the positions of body. Neither is it limited to the perhaps a discursive intellect with its perhaps impressive edifice of abstract theories. It is basically present-mindedness, just being aware of daily events, and it's about uncluttering the mind, trying to disentangle the ego from the various entanglements it loves to get into.
Yeah, like work and even
exactly.
driving a car.
Exactly.
You're listening to BFM 89.9, the business station.
Can you tell us what that means, Manasa Yoga?
Okay, Manas basically means mind.
Yeah.
And by prefixing this term to yoga, we are just laying open our intention of teaching and practicing. That is to improve mindfulness through yoga practice. The common saying is, you hear people saying, I'm lost in my thoughts. Okay, this is very true. We are all lost in our thoughts. And yoga is an approach where it thinks the other way. If I lose my thoughts, can I discover myself? So instead of me losing in my thoughts, can I lose my thoughts and find myself?
Right.
So Manasa Yoga is something like that.
Yeah. So is this a very physical type of yoga? I mean, I'm sure all yoga is physical, but what I mean is it like dynamic?
We teach in all ways. We have a dynamic approach. We also teach in the slower tradition. So we call it like like vinyasa is flow. Flow yoga. We have relax. We have sweat. We have power. We teach in all the different approaches so that the students' practice is really rounded. But all the while we are using these movements as a tool for students to connect to the body and to the energy behind the body.
Okay. And you actually have been teaching yoga to Malaysians for the last 10 years. You're native of India. And how have you noticed that of the development of yoga? How has it evolved in the 10 years you've been here in Malaysia?
It has definitely improved in popularity. I mean, because when I started 10 years back with my wife, we had a small gym, and people were coming basically for the treadmill and the machines, and me and my wife will be doing some postures by the sides to somehow get attention of people. And
Right.
then at the end of the workout, they might oblige us and come and do some breathing and things like that. So earlier, it was not very popular, and it had various stigmas attached to it and all that. But along the years, with the rising popularity of yoga worldwide, I mean, with Hollywood discovering yoga, and, I think it has got very popular everywhere, and Malaysia is no exception. And there are a lot of people interested in making yoga a profession. So,
Right.
There are plenty of studios opening everywhere, and generally people are really open. You know,
Right.
Malaysians, I really found them very open to the concepts and the precepts of yoga, and it is now
Been great for you.
really good for me. You know?
Yes.
And, yeah.
So I guess you also train students to become teachers. Tell us